From one observer to another. Let's go ahead and speak with this Serene Observer, and we'll take on his quest entitled, I order you to relax! I had to, the way they worded that. A rather serene observer looks at you with more than a hint of concern. A familiar and all alone I see, and look how thin you are. If your remaining ether were to be exhausted, you'd simply fade from existence, and we wouldn't want that now, would we? I suggest you visit the Morning Dew. You'll find the winds blowing in from Lethe most invigorating. Perhaps while you're there, you might seek out a friend of mine, and invite him to share a meal with me. If it's not too much to ask, that is. Alright. Let's go and meet this individual. Yeah, there's so many things you could ponder in terms of how you could do lore building for this game outside of what's been done in story. Hello there. What brings you here, friendly familiar? Your friend asked me to come over. Time for a meal, eh? Oh yes, quite right. Thank you for reminding me. Still, a few moments here can't hurt, surely? I dare say you've noticed how refreshing it is to even stand in this idyllic place. The air itself is permeated with rich ether, and the fine droplets from Lethe ease the aches from a hard day's work. Try a nice big stretch, you won't regret it. Alright, so gotta stand over here and do the fancy stretch alongside him. Yeah, how's that? See what I mean? The wind through the leaves, the waterfall's soothing spray, there's nothing quite like it. In our busy day-to-day lives, it's all too easy to look after ourselves. Naturally, that includes familiars. So, speaking of which, I'd best get something to eat, as you so kindly came here to tell me. As you seem new to these parts, my friend will probably be wondering whether you lost your way. Go and put his mind at ease, would you? Alright then, I can do that. Back on over. Running right over here. Hello again, sir. Here to report on the successful completion of the favor I asked of you? How very dutiful of you. Would I be correct in guessing your little jaunt has paid dividends? No need to tell me. I can see you're practically bursting with vim and vigor. Why, I even feel better just looking at you, and I've done nothing but stand here the entire time. I'm sure you have, so we'll take our experience in 735 gil. And away he goes to wherever it is he's going to next to reunite with his friend. Two more to go. Next, let's speak with Paramonos to take on his quest entitled Kick Some Asp. Paramonos spies an opportunity to foist a perilous task upon an unsuspecting visitor. How curious! A familiar bearing armaments? You must be special indeed. I guess I am. As it happens, I may have a use for you. Would you care to assist me by capturing a few Ophions? In exchange for a reward of sorts, naturally. I should warn you, however, they tend to be rather uncooperative. Aggressively so, in fact. The familiars previously recruited for this task all met with unfortunate ends. A terrible waste, but let us not dwell on such things. Here, take this ethereally imbued rope and use it to restrain the Ophions. Remember, I require living samples. They are extremely valuable. So, if you must choose between their lives and your own, do the honorable thing and let them kill you. Don't worry about it, I got Zeuxis' fruit to do that. Yeah, don't you worry about that at all. Yeah, these are 86s. Okay, I have to change weapons for this. Yeah, I gotta go old school here. Alright, here we go. Also, where's my Chocobo? Chocobo, come out! Yeah, I think it was taken away from me when I died. Oh, collect it, collect it. It's caught with 2% left. Whew, close call. And now it's your turn. Yeah, weaken you. Good. And then we'll Star Dive on your head. Yeah, don't want the Petaludus to get caught in the crossfire here. And you're caught. Before you can get off your AoE. Not bad. Alright, Paramonos, we're back. Have you brought the specimens I requested? Yeah, we have. Yeah, we'll just take the experience with what we've got right now. Well, well, to overcome such ferocious creatures and live to tell the tale, your maker certainly placed great importance in durability. As for the Ophions you brought me, they will be delivered to the Academia Anida. Like the other creatures in Nelpis, they are currently under observation, that we may determine their suitability for existence beyond these confines. Samples are carefully selected and sent for further study. If they are found worthy, they will receive official approval. Only then can they be submitted to the Bureau of the Architects. Even you can imagine, the evaluation process is particularly strict for voracious predators such as Ophions. It would reflect rather poorly on those involved if they were to wreak havoc when unleashed into the wider world. Not that it is any concern of yours. Here's your reward. Now, run along, would you? Alright. We'll take our experience as well as the 655 gil and 2 portions of more tank Kanayaric. Yeah, I'm less than 20k away from being 89 on my Dragoon. Also, there was another quest that I overlooked. Are there any more that I overlooked? Nope. Just these. So, let's speak with Fadius now. We'll go ahead and take on her quest entitled Nothing to Sneeze At. There's nothing quite like a good sneeze, as Fadius will attest. A familiar come to observe us observers, are you? By what are you called? This is what you can call me. Rika, you say? 'Tis a fine name. I am Fadius, a researcher here at Anagnorisis. We are currently preparing a section of this isle for a new creation. For this we'll need to expel those creatures that inhabit said area that do not interfere with our tests. The simplest way to do so is to have the Amphilos sneeze. The explosive noise never fails to send nearby critters fleeing. We were just about to tend to this task, but seeing as you are here, would you like to give it a try? Thanks, but no thanks. No, we want to do this. I knew you would be keen. To look at you, 'tis plain you are an inquisitive sort of familiar. Now then, my beastkeeper colleague is already on site to the northeast of here. Seek him out, and he will tell you what to do. Alright. Northeast again. Oh, here you are. And here is your creature. He's supposed to be here by now. But who might you be? I am his replacement. Oh, you're clearing the site in Fadius' stead. How very kind of you. Also, I could have sworn that was a girl. It's these masks, I'm telling you. Come then, let's get you on the Amphilos. Once you're securely mounted, ride it yonder and have it sneeze at the bushes. The noise will scare away whatever creatures may be hiding. Alright, time to go for a ride on a Goobu! Which means we get the old school music of riding mounts. Woohoo! The Amphilos' mighty sneeze sends the creatures in the bush scattering in panic. It definitely does. Yeah, so let's go ahead and... Oh! Will this count? It does. We gotta double back. And hit this bush. All done. Yeah, I just want to get an appreciation for what we're riding here. It'll be hard to get a good camera shot unless I G-pose, which I probably should. But yeah, I'm just chilling out, relaxing on this thing. Yeah, in fact, maybe I should G-pose. Yeah. Yeah, give myself a really good thumbnail to use. That'll definitely help. Hi. The creatures came running all the way here. Frightened as they looked, I dare say they'll keep away from the site for a good while. For its hard work, I shall treat the Outpost to a spot of sunbathing. Meanwhile, you should return to Thaddeus. I am certain he will have a reward for you too. Of course he will. Take your big lug with you. Hopefully they didn't suffer the same fate as I did. That would be just awful. Thaddeus, we're back. Welcome back, Rika. Thanks to you, the site has been nicely cleared, and we can release our new creation. It is a species of ambulatory plant, lest you wonder. While these have been popular of late, this one dwarfs the rest. A veritable tree that can use its branches like hands to catch prey. It sets my heart aflutter just thinking about it. My thanks again, and if there are any other exciting tasks, I'll be certain to let you know. We'll look forward to it, but first we'll take our experience in 815 gil. Okay, and then there was one. It'll come from this earnest observer who looks rather young, I must say. Let's go and speak with them to take on the quest entitled Sweet Temptations. The earnest observer casts his gaze hither and yon as if searching for something. Oh, where in the world could the rest have gone to? Hi there. Friend familiar, if you have a moment, I require help rounding up our Agvodi's young. 6 remain unaccounted for, and I would be most grateful if you could search for them with me. The creatures secrete nectar from their tails, which attracts insects. Where they swarm, and you're likely to find an Agavodes. And when you do, use this etheric rope to catch it. Small as they are, I don't believe they'll be too far away. Let us endeavor to find 3 each, and then reconvene here. So yeah, just give ourselves a clue as to what we're looking for. And as he heads off, so will we. But it looks like we're doing this within the confines of the city. Or at the very least on the outside of it. Just outside. Let's throw a rope. There's one. Remember, no hitting the butterflies. Here's a second. Get that one collected. And now let's look for the final one. There it is. Trying to hide behind this little structure here. But we found you. And it's time to catch you too. And that's all there is to it. You all returned as well. I managed to find 3. How about yourself? We got the other 3. Let's bring them all together. Wonderful! This accounts for all of them. We can finally release the creatures. Lest you wonder, the Agavoides were created to curb the insect population. They have passed the first phase of determination, and thus will be provisionally sent out into the wider world. Though a few steps remain before they can fully take their place in nature, I have no doubt that they will make our star a better place. This isn't much, but please accept it by way of my gratitude for your assistance. It was my pleasure, so we'll take that, the 655 gil, plus a level 86 necklace. So the observer collects his little friends, and will be on his way. Alright, and then that just leaves us, as near as we can tell, for now, with one more side quest, and it will be a chain-oriented. So, as we make our way to the main square, we're gonna go ahead and speak with our person who will give us the chain quest here in Elpis, or at least the first one we expect to find. Let's go ahead and speak with Soklas to take on the quest entitled Touring Anagnorisis Part 1. Soklas regards you with pointed interest. Welcome, friend, to Anagnorisis. I am Soklas, and I manage this region under the authority of Chief Hermes, the head overseer of Elpis. And you are? Oh, how unusual. A soul-bearing familiar. A familiar must have a mission, and yet you offer no message and carry no cargo. Are you perhaps here for the purposes of observation? Yes, that must be it. In which case, you need only mention my name to Charmian, and she will gladly give you a tour of our domain. Soak it all in. Charmian, huh? Yeah, let's make sure that she's not being used as toilet paper. Yeah, I couldn't help make a joke like that, given what her name is. Hello there. Yes? Yes, what can I do for you? I was asked to introduce myself to you. Rika, is it? And Overseer Socles wishes me to act as your guide. Oh. No, I didn't mean it like that. I would be more than happy to show you around. I'm simply wondering why the Overseer chose to send you to me of all people. I haven't been here long myself, truth be told. Until quite recently, I was wholly engaged in a prolonged research project at the Academia Anida. Surely there are other more experienced individuals who could provide a more comprehensive... this grumbling is hardly constructed now, is it? The task was given to me, and I will attempt to cover the most salient features of our facilities to the best of my abilities. After all, it is not every day that one is asked to divulge the curiosity of such a rare and fascinating visitor. We can commence the tour this very moment if you like. Of course. Then let us begin. You know, rather than have me lecture you as we walk along, I think observing firsthand what we do here in Anagnorisis will prove more beneficial. I will point you in the right direction, and you can question my colleagues to your heart's content. Once we've completed a circuit, we can return and speak to Overseer Socles. Charmian is now accompanying you. Alright. Let's go find 3 different people to speak with. So yeah, how did you get into being a creator of various things there, Miss Charmian? That's probably what I want to know first of all about you, while we're getting to the various people we need to speak to. Yeah, it's Nicias we'll speak to first. Charmian! Oh, and who's your friend? You forgot about me already? As in familiar, why you appear so astute and deliberate in your thinking. I should very much like to make an extended study of your composition and consciousness. I don't think so. Oh, do forgive my forwardness. It is my duty to chart the behavior of familiars, and I find it ever so diverting. Arcane servants are rarely permitted to roam the world at will, you see, but our research here is given special dispensation, once the subjects are properly registered as concepts, of course. There are times when familiars are tasked with tending cattle, or must otherwise coexist with other living beings. Such projects are brought to me, and I am responsible for observing and evaluating the potential compatibilities. Oh, but of course, if Azim might grant us permission, then you could abide here for a few years while I analyze. Oh, no. And on that note, we really must be moving along. Step lively, Rika. Yeah, step lively indeed. Yeah, few years. I don't even have a few days, much less a few years. Yeah, obviously, they don't know what exactly is at stake where I come from. And with good reason. Back to Paramonos. Who do we have here? A familiar of some kind, judging by your ethereal structure. You forgot about me already too? Yes, I am accompanying Rika here on a tour around Anagnorisis at the behest of the Overseer. A tour? Feel free to wander as you please, of course, but I advise keeping your distance from the larger creatures. The fauna I have under observation occupy the top tier of the food chain, and do not take kindly to intruders in their territory, especially the specimens found on the other islands. They can be exceedingly hostile. While I am sure you are quite capable of defending yourself, no one appreciates a surprise toss through the abdomen, eh? Nope. Thank you for the warning. We will proceed with due caution. And now let's go find individual number 3. Probably also someone who I took a quest from earlier today. So as we round the corner and get back near the Aetheryte, yeah, it's Blast again. Hello, Charmian, was there something? The Overseer asked that I give this familiar a tour of the grounds, and I thought the best way to do that was to show her what we do here firsthand. I see. Well, as my work is rather difficult to demonstrate, I hope a brief explanation will suffice. Our creations are many and varied, but I mainly preside over the plant life. When it comes to watching certain grasses grow, one must be prepared to observe over the course of several years, and, in the case of trees, sometimes decades. Tedious perhaps, yet necessary. Plants are capable of altering an entire habitat, and their presence as a food source has an enormous influence on the local wildlife. Also, I now know which job makes those tears in the world. It was actually the Reapers, not the Sages. Was that the sort of thing you wished to know? Yes, that was perfect, thank you. I think we've covered the main areas of interest. All that's left now is to speak with Overseer Sockles. Sockles it is, then. Yeah, we'll see how this all unfolds as we continue to take this tour, because obviously Charmian will be entrusted with having me cover a large amount of ground. But hey, if no combat is required, I'm all down with it. Sockles, we're back. Hello there. Ah, I see you completed your tour. Almost. We spoke with those in charge of the various facets of Anagnorisis, but I thought it would be fitting to end this visit where it began, with you, Overseer Sockles. Alright, I see. And what is your impression of the work we do here? It attracts some interesting people. It requires equal levels of passion and patience. Yeah, I think it's more about the interesting people. I am glad we can help you further your worldly education. And I am glad to see you enjoyed the experience. At least, I hope you did. You are truly a masterpiece of creation. Only a soul-bearing familiar could demonstrate such robust cognitive and cognitive facilities. Were you perhaps designed to inspire others? I feel something special has been woven into your aura. I guess you could say that, but I really don't know. You have an intriguing presence, to say the least. Please stay a while and share more of your thoughts with us. Yes, I second this invitation. In all the long years I've resided here, never have I encountered such a unique entity, and one of Azim's no less. Alright, I'll stick around. I mean, after all, this is a chain quest after all, so we'll take our experience, 935 gil, and another Aether Currents. Alright, so we are now turning things over to Sockles. Let's go ahead and speak with him to take on the next quest entitled Touring Anagnorisis, Part 2. Sockles continues to regard you with a fiery curiosity. And a big giant tail in the way. Rika, how is our fascinating familiar friend? What is it about you that ignites my observer's soul? Well, now that we've been properly introduced, perhaps you can tell us more? Well, not too much. Yes, I would very much like to know how you see the world. How everything, large or small, appears to your eyes. Assuming you are amenable to the idea, you must join Charmian on another tour. This time to take on a wider look at the surrounding facilities. Yeah, I'm interested in learning about you as well. It's kind of a necessity, you see. I see. Then we shall delight in teaching each other. But where to begin? Which facility do you suggest, Overseer? Oh, any place you feel will be best eliciting a response from our guests. Right, yes, of course. Well then, Rika, come with me and we'll visit the arcane entities on the south side of Anagnorisis. Lead the way! Going southeast to go to where we need to go next. Yeah, let's see what Charmian has for us, as the frame rate is dropping like crazy here. Alright, Charmian? We have yet to register an official name for this specimen, so we simply call it the Bird of Elpis. What is your first thought about beholding this majestic creature? As we take a look at it. But yeah, we've seen something like that back over in the Heavensward bonus dungeons. In Neverreap specifically, with Nunayuk. That I want to ride it into the sky, that I want to fight it, or that I've seen it somewhere before. Which I have, actually. You have? But we haven't even completed its evaluation, let alone registered a concept with the Bureau of the Architect. Are you perhaps acquainted with the entity's creator? In any case, I am eager to hear more of your responses. You truly are unlike any construct I've ever met, familiar or otherwise. Let us continue southwards, shall we? I would like to hear your opinion on this next facility. Alright. Further south we shall go. Where are you, Charmian? Out here on the ledge. Observing into the sky, I see. So let's have a look. Well, I think we found a building on that far island. That structure over yonder houses some of the more unorthodox researchers. Rather than weave creation magics, they breed existing specimens in the hopes of begetting new strains and species. The method is imprecise, the outcome uncertain. To my eyes, such research seems awfully self-indulgent, merely a means to sate the whims of one's intellectual curiosity. Yeah, it does seem like there is a set of outcasts in a place like this. Our purpose in life is to improve Ethris. In my opinion, we should steer clear of techniques which produce flawed results. Yeah, you have new use for flawed creations, or what if the process created something unexpectedly incredible? What could you imagine? Or your perspective is strange to me. Yeah, what if the process created something unexpectedly incredible? A serendipitous discovery? I suppose it is possible. Thank you. I thought to broaden your horizons, and here I am realizing how narrow my own views can be. Hardly a desirable quality in an observer. No kidding. Time for a spot of rest and reflection, I say. Shall we move on to the morning dew? It's favored by many an observer for its calming tranquility. Well, this place is rather calming as it is. Yeah, the fog is coming in, so we won't be able to see much of it for a while. Alright, here you are. Welcome to our Garden of Respite. We can explore more of it later, but first, I want to hear more of what you think. Of people. Of us. I often sat here musing upon the nature of our creations, and wondered how familiar might perceive its creator. You are as deities, we're not so different, or I don't understand you at all. I don't understand Emmett Silk, but yeah, given how you treat the world. Deities? Ah, one of those metaphorically omnipotent beings the debaters dream up for their arguments. I'm surprised you know the word. Well, let us set aside such musings for a moment and bask in the morning dew's serenity. And we'll do that after we'll take our experience, 855 gil, and a level 86 bracelets. And now for part 3 with Charmian. Let's take on the next quest entitled Familiar Food. Charmian prepares to launch into another lecture on life on Anagnorisis. Are you well rested, Rika? One cannot perform at one's best without allowing the mind and body time to recuperate. Here on Anagnorisis, we often encourage one to nap or partake of some of the fruits we grow. We could conjure such treats into existence, of course, but there is something oddly gratifying about plucking ripened fruit fresh from the tree. Oh, how remiss of me. How exactly do you sustain yourself? Is Asm supplying you with ether? Well, actually... No, but you'll fade away without the proper nourishment. The tour can wait, we must feed you immediately. Would you mind picking some of the white blooms to the west of here, and bringing them to Overseer Socles? Archostratus flowers, we call them, I'll have everything else ready by the time you arrive. Alright then. I'm guessing these things are used in a broth or something? These particular flowers. What purpose do they serve? Well, let's have a look at them. Yeah, they kind of look like white tulips. And away we go. Let's go pick up more of these fancy tulips. And the last set is right over there. So we'll get it, and we'll be on our way then. Find Mr. Overseer. So back into the town square we go. Charmian explained to me the crisis at hand. Have you brought the flowers? Here they are. Yes, these are the ones we need. I'll add them to the fruits from Charmian's basket, and we'll soon have an ether-replenishing beverage for you to enjoy. Interesting. 'Tis the work of but a moment. And so, sometime later... Yeah, we can hear it being poured into a cup. Thank you. And here we are. Freshly squeezed Anagnorisis juice medley. Go on then, drink up. I'm curious to hear what you think of it. Yeah, let's go and see what this smoothie is like. You drink the juice, noting the complexities of the floral and fruity flavors. It definitely got me happy, that's for sure. Ah, good. It seems you're able to tolerate liquid sustenance. You didn't appear to be suffering from any loss of material form, but a familiar must have a regular infusion of ethereal energy. And now that we know you won't suddenly vanish, will you please reassure Charmian? She still looks terribly concerned. I guess. Alright, Charmian. I'm so glad you were able to replenish your stores of ether. Overseer Socles certainly is a wonder when it comes to food preparation. Still, I firmly believe that the consumption of food should be limited to restoring one's strength. Any reason beyond that is simply wasteful. Eating for enjoyment alone is an unnecessary drain on living resources, and such a practice can only be harmful to our star's equilibrium. So, how do you celebrate when it's your birthday? Which is why I have so much respect for Overseer Socles and his culinary talents. He employs ingredients and methods which not only optimize the dish's ethereal concentration, but also produce flavorful results. Save your compliments, Charmian. I won't be flattered into making another batch until it's time for our next meal. Well, of course not, and I would never dream of attempting such base manipulation to begin with. And so, after that, we'll take our experience at 895 gil. Alright, so I believe this will be the last part of the chain quests. Or maybe not. Looks like we'll have 5 to go here. So let's speak with Charmian again to take on our next quest entitled Familiar Fates. Charmian has one last question to ask you. Rika, I feel we've grown to understand each other. But there's one last thing I wish to know. As you've seen, our purpose is to improve life on this star, and we each have our own way of approaching that purpose. Familiars too exist for a reason, often a very specific one, and I wonder what you feel about your place in the grand scheme of things. Oh really? How do we answer this question? Charmian, perhaps you can provide our friend here with an example of what you mean. Such a nebulous question requires a more recognizable foundation from which to answer. Yes, you're right, of course. We must not skip the journey in our haste to reach the destination. Where to begin? Broadly speaking, we study the wisdom and magics of our forebears and choose our path as our interests and talents begin to crystallize. Even among the observers of Anagnorisis, however, Overseer Socles and I share a similar calling. Again, it may be more beneficial to simply show you what I mean. Please accompany me to the archives in the northwest. Alright. Lead on. And away we go. So is it in the building itself? Does seem that way. Behind door number 2? Nope. In fact, someone just came out of there. Yeah, here's Charmian speaking with Yuanth. This is where we keep all of the administrative records. Any of these documents will help give you an idea of what we consider to be our defining purpose. Feel free to browse. I shall be just waiting you outside. Alright. So yeah, let's have a look. Starting at the bookshelf itself. These books appear to contain detailed observation logs. The name Socles is written on each of the spines. That's quite a collection he's amassed, and I imagine it's probably just a fraction of it. Next, these unshelved books. A stack of half-finished observation logs. Judging by the penmanship, the author is someone other than Socles. So in other words, chicken scratch, huh? And finally, observation log 6124. Let's have a look. You pick up the log and flip to a random page. Today there was an incident involving the hippocampus. The creature is extremely territorial, and 4 observers sustained light to severe injuries from water-based magics as a result of their perceived intrusion into its domain. A report has been sent to the Words of La Habrea, outlining the dangers inherent to continued observation of their nominated subjects, and the intent to shift our focus to the smaller and considerably less aggressive Hippa. Interesting. Alright, back out. So yeah, obviously Charmian will be interested in knowing what we made of everything that we just read. And she's on her own here. Hey, I'm back.
Ah, Rika, did you find the observation logs enlightening?
I did.
Overseer Socles has built up quite a library, hasn't he? He's logged comprehensive observations on every living being in Anagnorisis, and not only objective physical descriptions, but also his personal thoughts and impressions. And that's why I'm here, to carry on the Overseer's invaluable work.
Oh, is he stepping aside and making his way to you-know-where? Yeah, oh no!
When it comes to the continued success of Anagnorisis, our purposes are very much aligned. I cannot help but worry, however, that I lack the same degree of perception and ability, that I am unfit for the task I have chosen. Even being in the same room as those logs is enough to make me feel uncomfortable. My insistence that you examine your purpose was, I think, born from the trepidation which surrounds my own.
An uncertainty you need not feel. Yeah, hey there, Socles.
Overseer Socles!
Hi there. As one of our newest arrivals, you have ever been quick to doubt yourself. Yet you were able to guide Rika here on an engaging tour through the intricacies of our duties, which clearly demonstrates the depths of your understanding. If all I wanted was someone to emulate my work, why I would simply continue doing it myself. No. The reason I asked you to assume my role is because I believe you can take our projects in new and novel directions. Raising you as a competent successor is the final step of my purpose in life. Do me proud, Charmian. It is your growth, your efforts, which will facilitate my return to the star. Yeah, he's going away.
I will do my best, Overseer. But don't be in too much of a rush to leave us. There's still so many things I need you to teach me. And speaking of teaching, thank you, Rika, for this wonderful and enriching visit. It has been a pleasure learning about you, not to mention a few things about myself.
Yes, you also have my gratitude for the part you played in training my young colleague. You are welcome to return whenever you wish. So I guess there will be no quest where we get food at the end. But hey, at least we accomplished what we had to. Also, I have no idea, Bubba. So as we take a look into the skies here in Elpis at Anagnorisis, we'll take our experience and our 895 gil. Yeah, I was expecting food to come at the end, but we will be afforded no such luxury. All the side quests here in Elpis for the time being are cleared out. And we have another place we need to attune to. And there's stuff over there that has to be taken care of. So yeah, there's still a lot to take care of in Elpis. But we'll save it for when we return later tonight for the main story as we move on now to level 87. So we have a lot to look forward to because we know what's going to happen right now because Hermes is in a significant situation here and it's not an easy decision to have to make one. And knowing that he is in the situation he's definitely got a lot to deal with. And so hopefully, whatever he decides, he'll be able to be content with it. And so, I will see you guys back here later this evening as we return to the main story, and we'll see how it all unfolds. So, with that, I'd like to thank everyone for watching the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker live here on Twitch. See you guys back here later tonight, when we resume the level 87 main story. So, thank you very much everyone for watching, and until next time everyone, may you ever walk in the light of the crystal.